Okay, to mask out the mailbox in a stable state, all we need to do is go to the beginning. Let's find out where this mailbox starts to interfere with our particles. So let's keep going down. Yeah, let's hit spacebar, go down. Oh, here we go. So I'd say right about here. Starting here. So this is where we'll get our first mask. So layer, new. It's going to be a solid. We have black solid. It's going to be called mask. We're going to put it between the blurs and the particle spray right there, and then we will make sure the starts right here. The reason we're putting it here is so the blur can sort of blur around the mailbox here. Just helps integrate it into the scene. So I'm just holding spacebar, by the way, just to drag myself around here. I'm going to use a pen tool, create a simple mask. And in this kind of a situation, it is better to mask out too little than too much, because if you mask out too little, you can still make the argument that, oh, the glow is spilling over, you know, the way the light wrap works. But if you mask out too much, then it becomes very, very obvious that you screwed something up. So mask path, always make sure you keyframe this, because if you don't, you will be sorry, especially if you're doing 2 minutes or about an hour of lightsaber rotoscoping and realize at the end that you didn't click the mask path. That really sucks. Okay, so now we'll go to the end. See, where is it? About there. It's about there. So that is where we will close off this layer right there. So page up. Let's double click on this. Rotate like that, and let's move it. And let's move it again. So here, off, put off it if you can. Click off. There we go. Click. And we'll adjust our mask here. Let's go to the middle. Yeah. Just gonna mask off the mailbox from all that crazy stuff happening around it. In fact, this is getting so distracting that I think we'll just turn this layer off for now. There we go. There we can see the mailbox again. Okay, so let's see, back a little bit. Get our masks back in order. I know this is the most boring part. This is why I'm not a visual effects artist. I decided to go in the IT route, because you don't have to do this garbage all day. You don't have to rotor like a madman. Alright, I think we have it almost right. Make a slight adjustments. Keep on adjusting it. Yeah, I know it's boring. I think that's about, yeah, I think that'll work right. Here's a little cheat for you if your masking isn't perfect. This is a glowing effect anyway, so I'll just give it a 4 pixel feather to the mask. Let's turn this back on and see how it worked. See, it's coming down the street, and looks like the mask blocked off our mailbox pretty well. There we go. All we have to do is unwind and we're almost there. Alright, let's take these two layers off here so we just have our particle spray, and let's unwind the layers. So we'll go to project, let's see, master stabilization, new project here, let's see, where's our lightning, not lightning, particle spray, it's right here. Particle spray here, obviously not connected because we haven't unwound it yet. We'll create a new null object. We'll call it particle spray unwind. Split the composition. Click down here. We'll split this. Get this way up here. Get this about here. And let's go into our properties of our particle spray unwind. Swap anchor point and position with, let's see, what did we track? Let's see, we stabilize the master thing, so we go to particle spray, go to master stabilization within particle spray. Let's swap the, go here and swap the anchor point, Shift, Alt, click on the stopwatch, pick whip the anchor point to their position, and Shift Alt click on the stopwatch, pick whip the position to their anchor point. And did we do rotation? Yes, we did. So we will have to make one additional thing. Shift Alt, click on the stopwatch rotation, pick whip it to their rotation, and then hit times -1. That just undoes the rotation. So, okay. We have particle spray unwind. We'll pick whip particle spray to unwind. Move these back. And now, lo and behold, particle spray has been unwound. There we go. Looks way better. Ready to go for our master unwind, and then we're done. So let's get to our master. Alright, and here we go, the home stretch. Let's get, this time instead of our master stabilization, we are going to, first we have to take our master stabilization within this and disable it right here. So we just have our particle effect. Okay, now we have our master stabilization. We're not going to use that. What is this, master stabilization 2? Oh, I forgot to rename this. Sorry, this should be particle unwind, because we're unwinding the particle motion here. Anyway, we take our original footage this time, create a new composition. We're going to rename this master unwind. And in the master unwind, we're going to take all of our other unwind footage, particle unwind and lightning unwind, and if we had any other unwind footage, we would put it in here. Set the top two modes to adds because we're using energy effects here. And then all we have to do is unwind these two to match the original source footage. And here's how we do it. We split our composition again. We create another null object, layer new, null object. Enter. It's going to be master unwind. And now we go to the master stabilization, the original master stabilization comp. Double click on it. You have to drag this all the way up here. So we have master stabilization on top, master unwind on bottom. So drag this up here so I can see. Going to open this. Here we go. We have its transform properties. We have this thing's transform properties. This is why I use nulls, so I can parent both these guys to one null and I'm done. Instead of pick whipping it to like 20 different particle unwind layers. So let's do this. Shift Alt, click on the stopwatch, move this to position, Shift Alt, click on position, move this to the anchor point, Shift Alt, rotation, Move this to rotation times -1. And now we have the entire thing unwound. Oh wait. First we have to pick whip. Pick whip. Pick whip. Now we're done. Okay. And there we go. Master unwind. So now we should have everything with the full shaky, crazy camera footage here. If you noticed, all of that is in the composition. All that lightning, all that crazy shaky camera footage is now in our composition. But we're not done yet. Nope. We still have a little more to do. We're going to take our original footage into another composition. Call this final. Because this is our final. Have a final assembly. Here's our final assembly. We're going to take our master stabilization, or not master stabilization, our what's it, master unwind, that's right. Take this all the way down here, and add the top layer. It doesn't matter which layer is on top. So we have this, and now, you know what, we shouldn't add. We should make the original normal, make this one on top, add, because we're going to do some color correcting. Here we go. Let's create a new layer, new adjustment layer. We're going to call this vignette because it's cool and French sounding. We've got to get, alright, here we go. Ellipse tool and vignette. Let's put it, let's say around our action right here. Mask will be subtract. Then we're going to go to effect, color correction, curves. Yeah, what else would I do? Of course it's curves. Bring the curves way down like this. Oh, look at that. Look how dark we've made everything. The only problem is everything's so abrupt. So we go to the masks, go to feather, bring it way up, like a whole lot, like 500 or something. So this is our vignette. Basically it helps us focus our attention like on the actors and not on everything else. Also, it makes the energy way brighter, which is sweet. Okay. We're close to being done. One more thing I'd like to do is when these things clash, it's like nothing happens. Oh look, we sort of have the spark. And also, look at this. The spray is starting way too early. It shouldn't start until the 3 frames. So that's all we have to do is go into our particle layer, particle spray, and make the particle spray. Just drag it so it starts here. So let's go back to our final assembly. Boom. There we go. But we don't have any interactive lighting or anything, so let's change that. Let's create a new solid. Let's call this. Wait, we don't need solid, sorry. I'm going to create a new adjustment layer. That's right. Create it. We can create it on top of the vignette, even though, you know what, we're just going to delete this. Duplicate the vignette, Control D, duplicate it. But this time, the mask, instead of being additive, subtractive, it's going to be additive. And instead of making everything dark, we're going to eliminate that. It's going to make things kind of bright. Add some red, add some blue, add a little more blue, add a little more red. Nice and purpley, and we're going to make it start on the 3rd frame when the clash happens. So, look at this. Normal, oh, purple, like purple interactive lighting. But we're still not done. I mean, this is kind of silly that it flashes like this fast over that small of a flare. So let's make a bigger flare. Layer, new, solid, big lens flare. We are going to add. We're going to add an effect, generate a lens flare. Lens flare. We don't want the zoom. We want prime. That's the cool stuff. So let's make this start here And I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 frames later. Start. Yeah, start on this frame. And yeah, but this is, I still think this is too small, so we'll take the flare brightness and pump it way crazy high, like super high, like 145% high. And then at the very end, yeah, we'll have it fade like to 0 at the very end. Alright, so take it down to 0. So it hits, so the flare hits, yeah, it's like boom, bright flash from white light, bam. That's good, but let's make this purplified just slightly. Vignette 2. By the way, you shouldn't name this Vignette 2 because, I mean, you'll get confused with the name. So I'm going to call this one Purplify because it purplifies everything. And I'll make the lens flare purplified as well. Oh wait, the purplify is it's a vignette. It only affects part of the frame. So let's take those curves, copy them, paste them into the big lens flare for a big smashing finale. So here we go. Bam. Our lightning duel. There we go. Hope you enjoyed this lightning duel. My name is Drew Masnick. Hope to do many more of these. See you on YouTube.